the recording. So you have a block or cushion or something, and that'll be fun for you, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to move this chair out of the way. All right. So as we've been discussing the Pluto return for the United States, this is a time of like the excavation of negativity and corruption, injustice, and a time of destruction of all of that. And we're seeing that. We've been seeing that for a while now, but it's going to continue. And what happens then is the rebirth. So this is the undoing of much of what has been done from the dark side. So it's a literal excavating, going into the depths and yanking it out and looking at it and saying, okay, how can I heal this? So even though it's the United States, it still impacts the world. And the United States is a leader then for the ascension movement. So there's going to be something happening, I think, very soon around all of that. But we'll just watch and see how it plays out, and we'll stay in our center and our joy as stuff may come up personally for us. And as we spoke earlier, it's not possible for an individual to have a Pluto return because it takes 248 years for Pluto to go around the cosmos. But as I also mentioned, I think I came as close to it as you could because I have 3 planets and 2 asteroids in the 5th house, all in Scorpio, and Pluto went over every one of those. Those are Pluto transits, and it took 15 years of this excavating. So I may not be quite squeaky clean, but close to it. And I know what that excavation feels like. So we'll just deal with whatever comes up in our lives and look to our joy and our ascension and rebirth in this age of Aquarius. So just taking your 2 fingers into Boo Mudra to release from the week thus far. In order to rebirth, we need to let go of anything that is holding us back from that rebirth, anything that's not in our best interest and our highest and best good, our health. So just imagine that releasing down your arms and through your fingers for the cleanup angels to handle, or you can intend for it to turn back to the light if you wish, however you want to handle that. So remember to sit tall, open your crown chakra, allowing the spiritual forces to come in. Open your root chakra to allow the earth forces to come in, and they'll meet in the heart and marry there. Bring your focus to your breath. And just watch the in and out flow. And check in with your physical body. Notice how it feels, if you have any sensations as a form of communication from your body to your awareness. Anything you want to address in your yoga poses, this practice. And our intention will be simply to release the old and open to the new. So the death rebirth cycle of reaching for the old, acknowledging it, and letting it go. So just bringing palms into prayer hands. Just pause for a moment and see what comes to you, what comes to mind. Now we'll take our deep breath and lift arms overhead. And breathe out as we release our arms down. And repeat a few rounds. And one more round. Breathing up. Deep breath. And releasing. Okay. So We're going to do our Tai Chi rising as well, but just a little different spin on it. So if you'll come into standing, shake out your knees, separate your feet, just come into a gentle standing twist. And then come into center with feet slightly separated, toes forward, in Tadasana. Reaching the soles of your feet down into the earth, reaching your root chakra down into the earth, reaching up through your spinal column and your pranic tube, up through the crown. And then just bring palms to your abdomen, taking a deep breath. And bend your knees. This time we're going to lower down nearly to the floor. And we're reaching down into the earth for that grounded energy and bringing it up and then releasing it up through the spiritual centers and then bringing it back down. So we reach down. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for our highest good. And I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for our highest good. Reaching down, I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for our highest good. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for our highest good. And one more round, moving the energy up and down the pranic tube. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the earth now for our highest good. I call forth the unconditional love, light, and power of the heavenly forces now for our highest good. Bring your palms overlap over your heart center. And then bring your hands out in front of you. Overlay the right hand over the left and hook your thumbs into the mudra for eagle. The eagle is ruled by Scorpio, which is Pluto. Isn't that interesting for the United States? The national bird, the national raptor, to be the eagle ruled by Scorpio. And just breathe, arms up overhead, hands in your mudra, and bring it down to your heart. And one more, breathe it up. And down. Okay. And just to loosen up, bring one knee up and then the other, lift, stretching your low back and your hips, waking up your knees. And then bring the knee up and out to the side and down. Just rotate in that hip joint, lift it up, out to the side, up and out to the side. Catching our balance. And once more, each leg. All right, and then breathe it up and open out. Exhale down. Ragdoll or head to knee if you feel limber. You can also bend your knees and stretch your hips and back, and then stretch into head to knee pose. And then place your palms on the mat and step or hop back into plank. Engaging the core muscles, the hips, press through the heels, shoulders away from the ears, nice and long. And let your knees down, pull back into a puppy stretch. Or it can be a kitten stretch too, Connie. And loosen up in your shoulders. And then just turn your toes under, pull back, sitting on your heels, and then reach up, breathe, and reach for the mat, back into puppy stretch. And repeat, just bring your hips back to your heels. Come up onto your knees and breathe it up. And then reach into puppy stretch. And now press the palms down, lift up onto your knees, and just pull your left foot up in between your hands into a lunge. Your knee and back can be on the floor or lifted. If you want to start with your knee on the floor, just loosen up, lift your chin in sun pose, letting the light shine on the dark, lighting up the dark. So from here, we'll press down on our palms and lift that back knee. Just see how it feels in your hip joint. You can let that hip lower down, hold on to your left knee, and then reach up into a twist, relaxing your hips. And come back, let the back knee down, and we'll just switch feet. Press into the low lunge, the low sun pose. Lift your chin, honoring the sun's light. Even though we're down on the earth, we look up to the light and appreciate its warmth. All right, and just let that left hip press down towards the floor. You can turn the toes under on that back foot and lift your knee and then reach up into your twist. Relax the hips as much as you can. And then bring it back down. And then come back into your plank. Let your knees down. Come back and sit on your heels for a moment and just circle around in your wrists. Let them loosen and reverse. And with your toes under, you probably feel a stretch in your toes and Achilles tendon. So bring your arms around behind you, interlace fingers, take in your deep breath. And draw your arms away from your back, open the chest and shoulders. Let your heart chakra open, your solar plexus. Take your chin up, let your throat chakra open. Spin faster and faster. Lean back if you're ready so that you can squeeze out any tension or tightness. And then coming to center, just pull both arms down. Pull your hands down behind your back, stretching your shoulders down and opening there. And then release your hands. Bring your hands forward so you're on hands and knees. Let your toes out, pat them on the floor, increasing circulation. All right, and then take your left leg out to the side. Initially, press with your toes pointing forward so your foot is in alignment with the short end of your mat. Toes forward. Just lift that leg up and lower it down. Breathe a deep breath and lift and lower. Once more, this one with a hold. Breathe, lift and hold. Now bring the leg around to the back, parallel to the floor, and lift it up and lift your chin so you're bringing an arch into your back. And then bend your knee and bring it back next to your other knee. And we'll repeat that on the other side, taking your right leg out, toes forward. And then lift that leg, breathe, and breathe out. See how it feels compared to the other side? We're working hips a bit tonight because that's where commonly held tension and fear is held. And it's also protected by Archangel Michael or Michael. Bring the leg up and hold. Try to align hips forward. Try to lift that leg from the hip and then let it down. Bring the knee in. Now we're going to go to the other side one more time. Take your left leg out. Now press down in that foot. Activate the whole leg and press down towards the floor with it. Now breathe your deep breath and lift the leg up. See if you can lift it higher this time than you did the first time around. Lift. Notice the muscles you're using and then lower down. One more time. Press down. Count to 7 as you press towards the floor with your leg and foot. Breathe and lift your leg up. Try to keep the thigh that's on the floor perpendicular to the floor and lift up and then bend your knee. Take your leg out behind you and lift it up with a straight knee. Reach and lower down. Other side. So here, press down, count to 7. Breathe. And then lift that leg up, away from the floor. Feel your hip, lower down. Press, count to 7. Breathe. And lift that leg up, 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 up. And then bend the knee, bring it around, lift it up, lift your chin, reach. Okay. And lower your knee, come sitting on your heels into child's pose. If you need to circle around or stretch your wrists, honor that sensation. Fingers. And then bring your arms back. All right, bring your palms next to your knees and just lift up, excuse me, and come over onto your back for Setu Bandhasana. Just rolling down. Feet are hip width apart. Knees are in line with the hips. Arms are at your sides. And we'll inhale for bridge pose. Breathe. Press down on your feet, your arms and shoulders, and lift your hips up into half bridge. Keep the knees in line with the hips and ankles, and roll back down. And breathe. And again, lift into half bridge. Press down in your arms. That'll help lift in the chest. Notice your throat chakra is getting some stimulation here. And roll down. Okay, this time we'll go into full bridge, Setu Bandhasana. Take in your breath. Press down on your feet and arms, shoulders. Lift, reach up, up, up. And then interlace your fingers underneath your hips and roll side to side. Bring your elbows closer together and lift your hips up. Relax your throat, your jaw. Now roll over to your right arm and bring your left hand under your hip and lift your hip up onto that palm, then bend your right arm and bring that elbow under you. And then lift both legs up. And then lower down and release your hands, coming down. All right. Bring your hands onto the back of your knees or thighs, and we'll rock a few times, giving the back a massage. And we'll work our way up into half shoulder stand and do our jiggle. So we'll kick up, reach for your hips, come up onto your shoulders a little more. Let your hip bones rest in the palms of your hands and shake those legs. Shake, shake, shake. Shake all your organs right back into place where they need to be for optimum health and well-being. If you want, you can take your legs overhead, give a little stretch. And then bring your hips back up, your legs. And pause in half shoulder stand, giving your heart a rest, letting your circulation come down your legs. All right, now just soften your knees and lower down. And this is the part where we will take our block or cushion and find a spot near the wall. You want your feet and hips near the wall. Let's see here. Oh, that's like a little door, okay. So you want to lie down on your back with your feet on the wall. Place your cushion or block in between your knees. Arms can be wherever's comfortable. Now, walk your feet, inch your feet away so that they're beyond the outside of your hips. Toes forward. And then press down on your feet and lift your hips just like you did in Setu Bandhasana, the bridge, but lift them up and down. I have my feline assistant here. Hi, baby. And lift. And lower down. This strengthens the hips. If you feel like you need to get in a little closer to the wall, just inch your hips in and see how that feels. Just make sure that you're pressing your knees together against that block or cushion and that your feet are beyond the outer limit of your hip. Then press down on your feet and lift your hips up and down. Breathe and lift and down. Breathe and down. Relax your toes. And one more lift. Lift up and hold for 2 breaths. And lower down. Come up onto your elbows and press away from the wall. Okay. Now we'll come back to our mats. We'll come up into standing. Get our clothes back into comfortable. All right. So walk towards the front end of your mat. I don't know if she's going to let me get away with this or not. Okay. Breathe, palms in. Turn your palms facing you like opening a book. Lay your right hand across the left and hook your thumbs into your Eagle Mudra, Garuda Mudra. Taking a breath. Soften both knees, but take the left leg back into Warrior One. A nice wide stance if you can. Lift up in your torso. And we're going to breathe our Garuda Mudra up towards the sky and draw it back down. So as though we're releasing, we're reaching for the depths. We can even take our hands down lower and scoop it up and breathe. I release any negativity left in my body mind for purification, and come back down and breathe. I release any remaining negativity, emotion, issues, scripts, and purge, cleansing. And once more, breathe it up. And I release any negativity left in my body, mind. Any emotion that needs to be neutralized and acknowledged. Any scripts that are based on false beliefs. And I come back reborn. Bring your palms to your heart. Place them over your heart. And then release your hands, take them back into arrow pose. So you'll lean forward slightly over the front leg. To make sure my cat's not back here. Okay, so in arrow pose, just pull back in the front leg, inhale, and step it in as though you're shooting that arrow forward, out into the universe, cleansed and reborn. Taking a breath. Soften the knees, take your right leg back. Bring hands into Garuda Mudra. Find your stability and breathe. Arms up overhead. I release any remaining, any residual negativity, emotion, scripts, false belief systems, anything that is not true. I release it and come back down, cleansing. And again, reach up. I release any residual negativity remaining in my body, mind, any emotion, scripts, false belief systems. And I come back purified and reborn. Bring your arms back into arrow pose, a slight lean forward over the front knee. We're going to shoot our arrows out into the cosmos with that intention of purification and rebirth. So pull back in the front knee, inhale, and step it in as though you're shooting your arrow out into the cosmos. All right. Palms together just for a moment. Let yourself feel that and integrate. Now, open your eyes and standing on your mat, a slight lean forward. Take your arms out to the side. We're going to bring the right arm underneath for eagle arms. Breathe. Swing them in and wrap around, lifting in center. Breathe your arms up for a stretch. Pull them down. Breathe up. Pull down. Continue to hold down. Taking a breath. Soften both knees and shift the weight to your right leg. Bring the left knee up and over into eagle pose. Scorpio. Destroying what no longer belongs. Purifying and reborn. And we'll unwind our legs. We'll unwind our arms, shake them out. Align your feet forward. Breathe and lean forward. Left arm underneath this time. Wrap the arms around. Lift your arms up, stretching your shoulders and arms. Breathe and pull down. Breathe up and pull down. Hold the stretch down over your heart. Taking a breath. Soften both knees and shift the weight over to your left leg. Focus on a spot. Lower down into your eagle pose, Garudasana. Just get the best balance you can in this now moment. And then unwind your legs. Unwrap your arms, shake them out. And a standing twist. And then come back down. Just come to the center of your mat and breathe, arms up for a swan dive. And down. Bend your knees for a more classical stretch, twist. Just come onto your right hip and bring your left leg around. Move the right leg out of the way so you don't sit on your heel. And holding the leg in place with your right arm, scoop the left arm up and work your way around into your twist. Bring your arm down. Breathe. Now go deeper into your spine, into your hips. And draw out any little shadows, any little worms. Scoop it out, release it, and let the light fill those areas. Now press down in your sitting bones and breathe your left arm up towards your ear. Unwind to center. Just lean back and change your legs around for the other side. Whoops. Holding on with your left hand, scoop your right arm out, breathe it up, and pull around into your twist. Looking over your shoulder, squeezing out any tension, any little shadows, any untruths. Reach deep within your spine, your pranic tube, your muscles and joints, your shoulders, your hips. Scoop it out, release, and fill in with white light. And then breathe your right arm up next to your ear and unwind. And then unwind your legs and prepare for your Savasana, whatever you need to be as comfortable as possible with bolsters or cushions, socks, whatever you need. Let yourself be renewed, rebirthed, rejuvenated, reconnected in Shavasana. Just imagine a snow-topped mountain. The peak is higher than any of the others. And imagine eagles soaring above the mountain, able to see clearly in the distance, powerful. And let everything go. Allow the true you to emerge. Now, as you deepen your relaxation, take a moment to look to see where you might have control issues. With the Pluto energy, we can use this time to let go of having to control our lives, other people. Just check. Go deep within. When we surrender control, that's when we have it. Now filling yourself in through the crown with the stargazer's light, sparkling, brilliant, in through the crown, filling your whole body, mind. You can even expand it and let it fill the room if you like and bask in that light. Bringing yourself back into your body, into the physical dimension. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take your head side to side if you like. Stretch in your neck. And then slide your feet together. Lift your knees to your chest. Wrap your arms around them and give them a big hug. Come to one side and press up into sitting. And bring your hands into Garuda Mudra. The right hand overlapped in front of the left and hook your thumbs. Thinking of Scorpio, Pluto, Eagle, reborn, cleansed, squeaky clean, filled with light and beauty and the divine. Sealing in all of your work, all of your intentions for this evening with Garuda Mudra. And then bring palms into Anjali Mudra. And may you enjoy the peace that comes, that passes all understanding with that cleansing and purification and rebirth. Namaste, everybody.
Mm. Oh.
I agree.
You feel purified?
Yes.
Yay.
I
Hi, everybody. I wanted to tell those who weren't in our discussion, we usually have a little talk before we start the recording. But I wanted to let you know that the Pluto return is very significant in the United States. Pluto has not returned to the United States since July 4th of 1776. That's when Pluto returned, and it's been 248 years now. So this is the Pluto return, and it really does excavate. And I can assure you, having had 3 planets and 2 asteroids in Scorpio, and with Pluto going over, transiting over every planet and every asteroid over a 15-year period, that was an initiation. I can assure you, what Pluto changes does not go back ever. So it's final. So the healing, the excavation, the digging up of old and worn out energy and belief systems and injustices, that's going away. It's going to be healed, and we'll see how that plays out. But I wanted to give you an article, and I'll try to remember to type it in the description of this video, but it's an article about how Pluto works, what impact it has. Rome fell at a Pluto return. So I'm thinking the dark is going to fall. The dark forces are going to fall with this. And it actually has already started and well in progress. But the website, the link is https://www.well-and-good.com/United-States-Pluto-return/. So I don't know how that will work if I put that in the description, but if you have any questions, you have access to me through these videos. So it's https://www.well-and-good.com/United-States-Pluto-return/. Very good article, even if you don't understand astrology, because they explain it so well. So I hope you have a complete and thorough cleansing and a wonderful rebirth through all of this. And thanks for being here. Click on like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you another time. Thanks for being here.